Oh my goodness. I wonder if they're gonna send these notifications to anybody. But my camera is a little filthy. Hold on. Oh, much better. I'm not sure how well y'all will be able to hear me because I'm not recording this like I normally do. I'm just kind of going live just to kind of check in. I don't really have much to say, to be quite honest. Like, I never really have much to say, but I'm here fucking saying it because that's what we do. Yeah, it's been a while, been a long while. I tried to come back a little bit earlier, but the way everything was working out, let me see if I can adjust my lights. Let's see, is the blue light it? Yellow light, blue. This kind of works. But yeah, I've kind of missed being in front of the camera. I've been gone a while, doing some things, taking care of me, in and out of, existential crises and, mental breakdowns. But we're here, we're queer, and there's nothing else we can really say about a lot of that shit. I was trying to make a video about my stint through the rehab and recovery process, but playing it back, I hate just being one of those girls, but playing it back, it just a lot of it seemed a little violent. Not violent like the experience was violent, because the experience was actually wonderful. I actually had the time of my life, low key. Um, but some of the things I was saying and the way that it was coming off in the video could be perceived in a way that was like less than ideal, because I never want anyone to think I am trying to belittle an experience or make something seem less serious than what it is. Especially something that I experienced firsthand. I know a lot of people experience this firsthand. Like, really going through rehab opened up my eyes to a bigger world around me. People that you knew existed, people that you already talked to and probably hang out with. But like, there's another side to a lot of these things. And so, yes, it was just very introspective, very insightful, very informative. I had a lot of time to think about like myself and like my interactions with the people around me, like the relationships that I'm building and like the work that I'm doing to build those relationships. Because I think that's the thing that a lot of people really don't talk about a lot. I wonder if this will be. Can I see without my glasses? Mm, not really. No, because I don't want to be cockeyed for the whole video. Trying to reach it. Um, but yeah, I think it's definitely one of those things that. What was I saying? I don't even remember. I lost my train of thought that fast. Great experience. Met some people. Like, I just really didn't want to belittle the experience because it was a great experience, And I feel like it's a very valuable experience for a lot of people. I think more people should go through rehab, like addict or not, alcoholic or not, whether you having mental issues or not. Because, like, let's face it, like, this world and this life is very fucking stressful. Specifically in, like, I mean, just in general, like, this life is very fucking stressful. And then with everything at our fingertips and in our faces all the fucking time, we see a lot more than we ever would have 20 years ago, let alone 40 years ago or 100 years ago. Like, we know entirely too much about the world around us and each other. And yes, it is a great thing in some aspects because there are certain things that we can do to make this place better. But a lot of it is very overwhelming. Like, a lot of the information, when it permeates, it like, we are reacting negatively a lot because of the way that they're presenting the information to us. But I definitely think that with the under those circumstances, under those conditions, I think a lot more people, specifically the American people, I think we would enjoy rehab. Like, if it was like, really hot fucking take, if rehab, like, rehab should be like a normal part of everybody's year. Honestly, 2 weeks on site, inpatient, of you at a place unplugging 2 weeks straight minimum, because supposedly it takes like a week to break or having a week to build one, or 2 weeks to break it and 2 weeks to build it. So like minimum 2 weeks somewhere out in the middle of nowhere, not in the middle of nowhere necessarily, but um, separated from your normal network of people and your normal network of activities, where you're not having access to your phone the way you would, where you're not having access to the internet the way you normally would, like where the only way you really can plug in is by watching the news. And honestly, don't even do fucking that. Like, I think it should be like a mandated like 2 week period that all adults take, like to really just decompress and deconnect from this fucking life. Like really have some time to ourselves to kind of sit back, reflect, rebuild, and then like make the proper steps moving forward. And of course, some people are going to say, "Oh, that already fucking exists. That's called a vacation." And it's like, yes, that does exist. You know, when you have the resources to do that. Like a lot of people don't. Like growing up really showed me how privileged we were. Like, I kind of grew up, I won't say I grew up poor, but I grew up poor. Like I grew up not dirt poor, but we grew up like normal poor. Like we were not impoverished, but I mean we were working class citizens in America. Like we have money to do the things that we have to do barely, and a little bit of money to do some of the things we want to do, but not a lot. And like my parents really made it very uh germane to them. Like they made it very imperative that we did like family vacations like every so often, regardless of if it was attached to a family reunion or not. Like we went on family vacations, and that's something that a lot of people did not do. And that is like the essential thing that I'm like talking about. It's like a vacation. Like you need a big break, but it has to be more than just like you going somewhere for like 4 fucking days and then coming right back to work. You know what I'm saying? Because that is the problem. Like you need time to really decompress, and like a week is not enough. 2 weeks is barely enough. Like 2 weeks is enough time for you to say, okay, whew, I'm glad I didn't have them people calling me every fucking day. But I didn't want this video to be completely about my rehabilitation process or lack thereof, because I really came because a lot of things have been kind of throwing me in the socials, like in the interwebs. Like a lot of things that I've been seeing have just been very disheartening lately. Like how do I present this topic? Because everybody's been talking about it already. Everybody's been putting in their 2 cents on it already, like as is. And it is the situation with the video snippet of the girl saying, she feels like cisgendered women are like gatekeeping periods and like vaginas, and that is not like a feasible task. Like it's not a surmountable task because it does not belong to them. And yes, 100%, if you are female, born female at birth, like assigned female at birth, you have a vagina. Like that's a thing. Like we know this, yes. But there are intersex people, there are trans masculine, trans men who still face some of those struggles because they were assigned female at birth, because sex and gender identity are different. And we're not here to talk about all of that. My issue is with like specifically the backlash from like just Hilarious herself, because like this girl has already been in and out of like the public eye for saying crazy things as it pertains to like the alphabet mafia, you know what I'm saying, the LGBTQ community. uh she's already said some crazy ass shit out of her mouth, and I really enjoyed this bitch. Like I used to fucking enjoy her, and it's crazy because the group chat would always be like, nah, that bitch is not funny, da, 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 da. But I liked her. I like me a nice round away aggressive ass bitch. Like I like that shit. Like, give it to me raw and real. And I think what hurt me is like, one, the way she talks about it, because like one in that video when she was on Mona's show, and she was like, yeah, this man thought I was a man. He thought I was transgender. And it's like, girl, even your verbiage around it, like you're not even taking into consideration what these people want to be called. because they are people. They are human beings. We are human beings alike. And I don't think it's like any different than like you wanted to be called a comedian and you're like only funny 40% of the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not who you are completely. That's not all you are. You know, like that doesn't encompass everything you are, everything you're done, let alone everything you're doing currently. Like, but that's what you want to be called. So, bitch, we call you that. Like, you know what I mean? And like, I don't feel like that's a fucking foreign concept. And so, even just bringing it down to that level, like that was disheartening. You know what I'm saying? And then for the video to come out and she's just like, "You'll never beat us. You come from us." Da 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 da. And it's like, girl, you are missing the point entirely. You're missing the point entirely. And at this point, it's willful. It's spiteful. Like you want to have an issue with the trans girls because I don't see any trans girls running you down in public. I don't see any trans girls beefing with you constantly online. I don't see like where all of this fucking animosity could be coming from. But you're constantly saying things and expressing yourself in ways that are dismissive, that are uninformed, that are, I mean, honestly, roundabout hurtful, bitch. Fuck the big word. Fuck the big word. Like, bitch, that shit hurts. Like hearing you talk about people like that because, like, that's fucking crazy. You know what I mean? Like, and I just feel like it's just been so much going on. Like, especially when this is all on the heels of that whole Carly situation with the fake abduction and what the wada blah and wooty woo. And it's like everybody wanted to have the fucking pick me Olympics. You know, this is why white people don't trust us now. This is why they don't look for us now. Da, 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 da. It's like, girl, they weren't looking for us before anyway. Like, it doesn't matter. They've always had a reason not to fuck with us. And they show us that at every fucking turn. Like, they don't fuck with us. They don't like us. And so they have these pick me politics where it's like, oh, I wish y'all didn't, and I was just, and then come around right on the heels of that. Black women, you know, protect Black women, da 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 da, and you're separating yourself from this entire group of Black women, talking down on them just because like they are not the exact same Black woman as you. It's fucking crazy to me. Like, I don't know. Maybe I just think too hard. Maybe I just got too much fucking shit to say. But like this shit is fucking weird. It's so weird. Like to see where we are as like a people right now, like everybody's so disconnected from each other, like truly. And I feel like I'm like so cliche. I'm the broken loop of everybody saying that, but like we really, really fucking are. Like nobody really takes the time to like talk to each other. You know, like we're not gaining energy from like face-to-face interactions. Like it's crazy because now I feel like I really understand what like my grandparents were saying when it was like, oh, y'all kids in them damn phones, y'all kids in them damn phones. Because now we them adults in them damn phones. And we're doing the exact same shit, purposely misunderstanding each other, purposely misreading each other, purposely misleading each other, like purposely misinforming each other, purposely instigating situations with each other. Like it's constantly this back and forth, up and down on the internet. And it's fucking crazy. Like a lot of these shits that we argue about don't even fucking make sense. Because the shit that we do need to talk about, people don't really want to have those conversations, especially not on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Like Twitter is supposedly the place where, you know, you can have your shits and giggles and you can have your serious conversations, but nobody really is having such serious conversations on there, and they haven't been for a while. Because when you start a serious conversation, it always turns into some fucking bullshit. It turns into some pick-me bullshit. It turns into some separated elitist bullshit. It turns into some fucking classist bullshit. It turns into some fucking hood versus the suburbs bullshit. Like we, especially Black people, bro, we are not talking about shit the way that we should be fucking talking about it. Like, and it's fucking sad because like you bitches sound dumb. Like you're making yourself seem dumb over shit that we know doesn't fucking matter. Like the whole, oh, girl, I'm about to really, really rant. And that's not really what I came to do. I came to check in and talk shit, but ain't nobody on here talking with me. So like, girl, wherever my imagination lands, you know? What else did I want to talk about? Because I want to talk about a lot, but there are things that I really just can't speak on. In the meantime, while I re-up some ideas, I am in the works of trying to get together like a podcast. I just created the name and shit. And I gotta get, you know what I'm saying, some gear and shit because I can't just wing it like I've been doing with like my phones and shit as far as my podcast. I mean, I could, but it's gonna be a lot of work as far as like editing the sounds out and shit. And I really don't want to go through that, but I might fucking have to, Low key, this live is like a rehearsal for it because I'm just practicing sitting in one spot, talking shit, getting the shit off my chest. Honestly, while we're talking about podcasts, I might as well bring up a couple that I've been listening to. Number one on the fucking list is the Jokes on You podcast with fuck. Damn, what's her name? With Mel and Tally. Them bitches is fucking funny. Them bitches is fucking funny. I love it. I even love the theme song. If you're easily offended, jokes on you. If you secretly hate women. No, they kind of went the fuck off. Talking about whoring. Baby, what? No, they ate. Their theme song is fucking fire. Their podcast is really, really good. They're like 80, 90 episodes in. All they said right now, I feel like I'm talking like Tally right now. Like, no, they really do a good job. Like, they talk about shit that's happening that's very current. They talk about, life as a Black person, life as a woman, life as an American, like, girl, life as an earthling. Like, they really talk about a lot of topics that I feel like a lot of people who fuck with me would fuck with. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is a little urban over there. So, do wear your sneakers. But no, it's really, really cool. It's really fun. I really enjoyed them. I also have been really enjoying Don't Call Me White Girls podcast. I really don't fuck with her content that fucking heavy. Like, she's funny. She's funny. I'll never say she's not funny. I was just never the biggest, like, I never followed her on like Twitter or like TikTok or anything before. I might follow her now. I definitely subscribe to her YouTube because I saw her live the other day. You know what I'm saying? But I've been really enjoying her podcast because she's so fucking opinionated. I really enjoy everything she fucking has to say. What is this bitch want? I really enjoy a lot of her takes, a lot of her opinions on like social events, current events. Like, she's a really, really great interviewer. And like, she's a very, very knowledgeable girl. Like, she reminds me a lot of one of my cousins, actually, but she's really, really such a sweet, knowledgeable, personable girl. Like, I really enjoy because I feel like when I'm sitting in watching a podcast, like I feel like I'm sitting and talking to her because some shit that I was about to ask or some shit I would come back with most of the time, like 80% of the time, somebody in the room with her, like one of her castmates, like Phelps or Dre or Conehead or somebody, Rhymes, or they'll say it too. Or they might bring up something, or in a roundabout way, bring up something I was about to say, and then it comes back, like, or they work their back up around. So some shit up and I say, like, she's very much a devil's advocate kind of girl. She really thinks. She thinks when she speaks. And I don't always think before I speak, but I think when I speak, and I appreciate a bitch who thinks while she's speaking because she knows, once she knows that like the pressures of having a huge platform, like she understands the weight that comes with that. But she also is just very, what is the word? She's very, she acknowledges how important it is for her to do her research on certain topics before she speak on them or come back and retract a statement that she might have misspoke on. Like, she understands like the importance of her words and like the information that we have access to. Like, she's a really, really great podcaster. If you haven't watched Don't Call Me White Girls podcast, I highly suggest you go fucking watch it. The bitch is good. The bitch is funny. I have a good fucking time. Low-key love that bitch now. Yeah, I fuck with Damona. Period. Especially with a name like Damona. Like, she could have been one of my cousins. Quit fucking playing with me. My friend put me onto the Shits and Giggles podcast. It's cute. I don't always want to sit and listen to two motherfuckers just cackling all fucking day, but it has its placements. You know what I'm saying? Like, it has its place. Who else have I been watching? Small Doses with Amanda Seales. I fucking love Amanda Seales. I don't know why you bitches don't. She's hilarious. She's great. She's smart. She's an advocate. She's an activist. Like present, actively, current day, Pacific and Eastern time. She's an activist, and she really takes a lot of time to curate like her content. Like, I really do feel like she spent a lot of time to curate like her platform, the things she wants to talk about, like the people that she brings on, because she talks about really in a nutshell. Overall, most of her content is like about the Black experience, the Black American experience, like the Black experience. It's like okay, wait, let's take it back. The whole show is probably about the American experience. Okay. Now, then the majority of the show is about the Black American experience. Okay. And then in little bitty layers, she'll attack certain things. Small doses of like living out loud, small doses of living your truth, small doses of this, small doses, and it'll hit on different people in different areas. You know what I'm saying? Different people with different backgrounds, different people with different skill sets, different people with different educational backgrounds. Like she really brings on a lot of different people, and you can really talk about, like she had Candy on the show, the small doses of side effects of girl groups or whatever it was. She had Duran Bernard. She's had Don't Got Me White Girl was on there. She's had Tabitha Brown. Like she really does some really, really good podcasts as well. Like I always leave her podcast feeling fed, you know? And that's really what I want to come out of like this next generation of fucking media, is like feeling like we're doing something, like feeling like we're actually watching something, feeling like we're learning something, like, and not the cheesy, like everybody's a person bullshit, like the golden rule bullshit, but like really, like let's talk about shit. Like let's talk about how, you know, like let's break down like truly how the American like economic system is like negatively affecting 2 out of 3 of our class systems, one of which is disappearing. Like let's break that down in a show. You know what I'm saying? Like let's have the current day Malcolm in the middle, but it's his family. You know, girl, you know what? Let me not give out no free fucking ideas, because my ideas be gold. But like truly, like let's have some new dialogues, you know, and like a lot of shows are really, really good at doing that or waking those up. Like Euphoria really, really woke up some nice conversations. Some were a little shallow, but for the most part, a lot of them were very, very deep. Because what people don't want to talk about is how like addiction is really heavily layered throughout our society, especially as Americans. And like they don't want to talk about how you learn like through the program, like, and then through experience, low key, a lot of addictions start when you're young. Like, sure, some people don't start snorting coke till they're fucking 23. Some people don't do crack for the first time till they're fucking 35. But a lot of people start smoking weed when they're like 12, 13, 14. Cigarettes, 12, 13, 14. You know, some kids are taking their parents' pills when they're like 15, 16, you know? And so, you know, drinking liquor out of their parents' cabinets at like 15, 16. Like it's very real. And I love how Euphoria has been very transparent about some of those things, like with body image and like sexuality and like gender identity, and like because all the things are constantly changing. Like you evolve as a person your entire life, but especially when you're young. Like those things, you know, nobody's talking about those things. Another great show that I really appreciated, Insecure, really gave a nice, really nice, I wouldn't even say breakdown, a nice chronicling of some Black friendships, some Black relationships, some Black familial situations. Like they really hit on Black American life in so many different ways, so well. Like it's so detailed. There's 5 seasons. Watch that shit. Another show that I'm really, really loving, well, loving again, is The Magicians. I watched it years ago when it came out, and I'm rewatching it, making my roommate watch it. And it's such a fucking good show. The writing's incredible. It gets a little wild at some places. Like they throw in a lot of fun, like comic relief in some episodes, because they kind of have to. Like the shit gets very fucking deep, very fucking heavy, very fucking fast. It's a very grown up, like supernatural charmed Hogwartsy type mashup. You know, like it's magic, but these are fucking grown-ups, and this is not TNT. You know, they're like, this was on Sci-Fi, and so the content is very explicit. It's very mature, but it's a really, really good watch. A lot of the themes are very, very prevalent, especially as far as like interpersonal relationships, intrapersonal relationships. Addiction is very heavily layered in that show. A lot. Like, girl, the concept of time is played with a lot. Like, they do a lot with that show and the writing, and I really, really enjoy it. Even watching it again, like I feel like I'm watching it for the first time, you know? And I love things like that. I just feel like a lot of things, like we're not getting a lot from TV and movies these days. Like a lot of shows, I feel like I'm watching the same thing I've already watched, even though certain things will be different. Like Elite was a good show, but it really gave How to Get Away with Murder. Um, but High School, a little cringy because why are we watching all these kids fuck? Um, Same with Euphoria, but they wasn't as bad. They wasn't as bad, but like, bro, Elite is literally like, girl. Anywho, what's another one that was kind of middy to me? Now that we're here, I have to retract a few statements from years past. Naruto is not a mid show. It is quite interesting. It's quite great. It's just extremely long and extremely thorough. Extremely thorough. Like, so I'm finally nearing the end of Shippuden, and I finally feel like I know what I was watching the show about, and which I feel like I knew what it was about the whole time. Like, let's be real, Naruto is about Sasuke. Naruto is literally the chronicle of the Uchiha clan. Their redemption arc, like that's literally what Naruto is. I don't know why it's called Naruto because it should be called Sasuke. Like the show is about Sasuke. The show is about Naruto literally not being able to exist, live, be successful without Sasuke. His entire existence for what, 5 years was all about bringing Sasuke home. Not even 5 years, I don't think it was. Because what he was like, it was his birthday at the end. When he was like 16, 17. So yeah, like 3, 4 years. Like he literally could not live without Sasuke. And I live for that. But you better be down for your man. And so Naruto not playing about his. Boom. So Naruto is no longer a mid show now that I know what it's actually about. Now that I finally got to the end. It shouldn't have took me 800 episodes to get there, but that's a story for another day. What else? What else? I don't know, y'all. I feel like, yeah, we've got some good things out, like some interesting TV and whatnot. I just feel like a lot of it is regurgitated, especially like this reality TV bullshit. I feel like we've been watching the same show over and over again, and it progressively gets worse and worse, more and more ratchet, more and more ghetto, more and more. And and don't get me wrong, bitch. I love me a ghetto moment. I love me a good ratchet moment. I'm a ratchet girl. But girl, bad boys, unnecessary. Baddies, unnecessary. What are these shows giving us? Like, what are they showing us? What do you get out of them? Like, besides just entertainment, besides laughing at somebody get their ass beat, besides laughing at somebody have like a mental breakdown, like the whole Christian and Blueface, we're not even gonna talk about that. But we know what's going on there. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do we get out of these things? Like, at what point do we say we've had enough? Like, at what point do we say, okay, this isn't going anywhere? It's not, because it's fucking not. Like, it really isn't. Like, very seldomly have I watched a reality TV show and been like, damn, that was a good fucking show. Because hell, even the ones that are like not scripted, but like the ones that are like mapped out are even like old. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is that? Survivor and The Great Race and like, like Naked and Afraid, like even those have like run their courses because it's like, okay, again, we still watching people survive on an island. Like, like, I don't know. They're just losing their luster. And really, reality TV lost its luster years ago for me, but like, it's not any hope. I will say I did cave and start watching this season of Bad Boys. I didn't watch the last season. I didn't watch Baddies. I did start watching this season of Bad Boys. And yeah, it's like just pure carnal entertainment. It's like the equivalent of like today's world, like gathering at the Coliseum and watching like 100 gladiators fight to the death. Like that's what it is. That's exactly what it feels like. Carnal entertainment at somebody else's expense, like to somebody else's detriments. Like I just don't get the hype or the appeal. Maybe I never did. Like, what I did at one point, because I did used to watch Bad Girls Club. I did used to watch like Flavor of Love and like Shot of Love and like Rock of Love. Girl, I watched most of the loves. You know what I'm saying? Like I Love New York. Like I watched those. You know what I'm saying? They were entertaining. But again, I was a kid when I watched those. And so 10, 15 years later, what am I getting out of seeing the exact same shows all over again? It's just not doing anything for me. Certain ones have been a little bit interesting, like, what is that show, The Circle, and like this whole But even that is given like wife swap. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the whole Love Island or whatever. Like, it's just not, it's just not going anywhere for me. And that's just a me thing. You know, I'm not telling you you can't watch reality TV. I'm not telling you you can't enjoy it. I'm not telling you that you don't get anything out of it, because you might get a lot out of watching reality TV. But for me, it's just not that, girl. I gotta go see Barbie, preferably today. Yeah. So I pretty much did 30 minutes of talking literally to myself, live, unedited, unfiltered. Y'all ain't gotta worry about me cutting shit out. I ain't really do shit to get cut out of the video this time now, so let's be real. Excuse me. But yeah, I didn't have anything really important to say. Um, yeah, I'm here. Hopefully we'll be coming out with more content, more, yeah, period, more content altogether, like in every arena. I want to drop a little more music. I want to start this podcast up. I'm gonna get back into making videos regularly. You know, I just haven't been feeling very bonito lately, you know, so I got to get my shit together, buy some new clothes, buy some new shoes, and maybe I'll feel better, you know, get my hair done. You know how it go. Oh, anything else I want to hit on? And before I go, let's stop comparing music artists to each other. It's so old. It's so tired. Like, yes, you can say, oh my gosh, this makes me feel like so and so made me feel back in so and so. Or this the tone of their voice reminds me of this person. You know what I'm saying? Like the energy I get from this album reminds me of the energy that this album gave me. You know, like those are okay to say that there are similarities, but to sit up and compare and contrast and pick up to tear down and all of that extra shit is it not old too? It's been 10 years, 15 years. Y'all ain't tired yet. Y'all ain't tired yet. Because at this point, it's been going on since 2008 and probably before. Because that's when I started noticing it, you know, with the big Kim Nicki beef. Like that's when I really started noticing like how y'all compare artists. And it's usually mostly females, usually mostly. But even the men get it sometimes too. Like uh fuck. Like especially when like the newer rappers started coming out a couple years ago, like when Juice and like X, rest in peace to both of them. You know what I'm saying? When all of them was coming out, you know, it was given, everybody was like, oh, well, this person sounds like this person stole this person's style, and da, 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 you know, with the boogies and shit. Like, you know, even around that era, like people were still fucking doing that shit. Like when Jaden Smith dropped music, oh, he only sounds like this, he only models after this person. Like, bruh, it's been millions of people making music over probably millions of years, like at least thousands, like because we know that for sure. Like, let's be real, some of this shit is gonna sound the same, some of these people is gonna sound similar, and then some of them not. Like, give it the fuck up, let people do what they want to do, let people enjoy themselves. I'm so tired of everybody gatekeeping other people's joy and happiness. Like, bitch, laugh, go outside, drink some juice, have a popsicle, you know what I'm saying? Touch a roly poly. When was the last time you saw a roly poly? You know why? Because you're too fucking serious. You know what I'm saying? Live a little. You know, go crawl in the shallow end of the pool. Have fun. Let an umbrella up when it's sunny outside. Ugh, you know, like the girls just don't know how to have fun no more. Even at the clubs, the way people just stand around, sit on the wall looking, sit down in the chairs just looking, bitch. What happened to going to the bar, getting a drink, and going to the middle of the dance floor and showing your ass? Because I still do that. Me and my girls do that. We'll have a drink, we'll find a chair, we'll wait on the song we like to come on, and we're going to show our ass. And by the time we showing our ass to that song, another song we like coming on, and now we dancing the night away in the middle of the fucking club. I'm falling out my heels on the floor, drunk. That's how you supposed to go to the club and have fun. You bitches that just goes to the club to buy a bottle and sit pretty in the cute in the section, bitch, you can do that shit at a bar. You can really do that shit at the house. You can do that shit at like a rooftop bar at a hotel. Like, go to some pristine, really nice place where people go sit around. Don't go to the fucking club where you know people are there to act the fucking ass. And then you mad because motherfuckers bumping into you. You mad because motherfuckers drunk. You mad because motherfuckers spilling drinks. You mad because you walking across sticky floor. Baby, you're at the club. What did you think was going on here? You thought Consuelo was running around with a motherfucking what you call it? The floor waxer? No, no, no. We know that's here. No, bitch. The guy with the mop, what's his name? Will is coming through with a mop at the end of the fucking night. When all you bitches is drunk, pissy in your Ubers and cars going home or hitting up Waffle House to go terrorize them. You bitches don't know how to have fun. You don't know how to have fun. And quiet as kept, you bitches never knew how to have fun, but we can leave that for another day. But specifically them hoes, my age, y'all don't know how to have fucking fun. Y'all don't do shit fun. Y'all go everywhere and all you do is take fucking pictures. Bitch, you sit down with your legs crossed and your nose is up, talking about people. Like, girl, talk shit about a bitch while you dance next to her and then tell her dress look cute. And then whisper to your friends and say, no, the fuck it's not. Have fun. Baby, what? I miss when girls used to be fake in the middle of the dance floor, okay? Give me Regina Hall in Scary Movie 1. Hey, Buffy. Yeah, give me that. Give me that. You girls don't know how to have fun no more. And I love when I meet bitches out who do know how to have fun. You know what I'm saying? But that's a story for another day. I feel like I've ranted long enough. This video coming up on 40 minutes long. And again, ain't nobody up in here. So I'm finna let this go. I appreciate y'all for sitting through this shit. And if you didn't, fuck you. You know? Maybe next time. All right, y'all. Well, it has been Kid the Squid. The best ever. The realest in the city. Best to ever do it. Whatever you want to call me. Kilolo. Kid the Squid Billy. You know, some of y'all might know me by my government. And that's y'all. You know, if you know, you know. But yes, I fuck with y'all. I appreciate all the support. Sorry it's been so long. Hopefully it won't be so long before y'all see me again. And I'm out.